Welcome into the Cougar cage as we get you ready for a college basketball doubleheader in the Western States South Conference. Men's basketball up first as the COC Cougars are hosting the Citrus College Owls. Hi everybody, I'm Matt Robinson. Glad to have you along on the Cougar Sports Network for the second half of our triple header here today. We had some baseball for breakfast, a 10 a.m. start. And a Cougar win 3-2 over Rio Hondo. Now the basketball teams will pick it up for some nighttime delights as we get ready for basketball. The Cougars right now on a 5-game winning streak, 14-9 on the year for Howard Fisher's squad, 6-5 in third in the Western States South Conference, and 3 games left in the regular season. At best, can get to 9-5, but it has to start with a win today against the 9-2 Citrus Owls. Citrus, with 3 games left, only has to win one of their next 3 games to secure the 2 spot and really lock down a playoff spot, as they've pretty much already done that. It's just a matter of picking up one more win in their final 3 games. As for Canyons, they need to win as many games as they can out of so they can get themselves into a position to potentially make the playoffs. Would likely be on the road if they were to do so, but it's 6-5 in the conference right now, half a game up on Bakersfield in the conference standings. So still some work to be done for Howard Fisher and company, as we are just about ready to get underway here from the Cougar cage. Starting lineups for each side: for Citrus, Cedric Reed, Dylan Davis, Jaden Johnston, Chris Chiles, and Abigo Ujadujili. Going to get the start. For the Cougars, it's going to be Dylan Griffin, Andrew Henderson, Jimmy Galgano, Dylan Barrientos, and Corwin Smith. It's just waiting on the officials to start us off. As the opening tip, won by Citrus, as Turner was able to tip it out. And Chiles will go to work on the offensive side. Drives right to the basket, gets right around Galgano and lays it in, and the first bucket of the day goes to Citrus, as Chiles has the first basket. Citrus comes out in a full court press trying to trap. Cougars have to throw it ahead. They get it to Henderson. Henderson driving to the basket. Little scoop and score for him. And 2 points quickly within the first 30 seconds of the ball game for each side, as we're tied at 2. So you watch the battle between Leonard Turner and Andrew Henderson today, as those are the leading scorers for each side. Citrus, though, very balanced. They go very deep in their lineup as you look down. Tello, Reed, Johnston, Dykstra, Turner, and Harper all average over 7 points a game. And so very deep roster. Both Reed and Johnston average over 10. As the Cougars pass it ahead, Galgano with the lay-in as he runs ahead. And he has his first bucket of the day. And then Citrus with another turnover, back-to-back turnovers on this first couple of possessions for Citrus. And the Cougars have a 4-2 lead in the basketball. For COC, as we said, Andrew Henderson averaging almost a double-double a game. Got a rebound and a half off from there. He nearly averages 20 points per game, is 18th in the state of California in points per game. He gets help from Dylan Barrientos, who has the basketball right now for the Cougars. And then Jimmy Galgano's become a nice third option. He averages 11 points a game, as you saw him have a bucket a few moments ago. Here's Dylan Griffin trying to work out of some trouble. Needs to move the basketball, gets it to Henderson. Henderson guarded out high with 4 to shoot, tries to drive, and an offensive foul going to be called against Andrew Henderson. And And that's the one problem for Henderson this year. He finds himself in foul trouble sometimes early in basketball games. And takes his first foul within the first minute and a half of the basketball game. Chris Chili's, who averages 9.2, the freshman out of Elk Grove, will bring it ahead. He dribbles right towards the basket, tries to draw a foul, didn't get it. It's good job from Corwin Smith to go up and contest. He'll outlet to Galgano, who will run right back to the middle, and an offensive foul called against Jimmy Galgano. So back-to-back offensive fouls on the Cougars. And just as Citrus a couple of times down turned the ball over, the Cougars do the same. As that time it was Leonard Turner drawing the charge, had his feet outside the restricted area, feet set, and Galgano ran right over the top of him. Here's Chili's, will bring it ahead. He's been active so far on the dribble, will kick it out. Davis wanted to drive, still against Barrientos, stops up, dumps it out to Turner. Turner's been quiet so far, but he works inside against Corwin Smith. Smith blocks him, Turner gets it back, scored in the foul as he put it back in. And I think the foul is going to go against Andrew Henderson, maybe. And yes, that's 2 quick fouls on Andrew Henderson, and we're not even 2.5 minutes into the game. And actually, no, they give it to Jimmy Galgano, excuse me. And so that's 2 on Jimmy Galgano. Either way, you've got Galgano and Henderson, who are 2 of your leading scorers, both already with fouls, and Galgano going to have to go to the bench. Turner misses the foul shot. Smith brings down the rebound. Turner, a 67% foul shooter on the year. Has 5 double-doubles this year. Averages almost 15 a game. Here's Barrientos for Canyons. Gets it to Galgano. He'll put up a 3. No good. Smith able to tip the rebound to Galgano, who lost it. Never really got a good handle on it. Dives for the loose ball. It goes out off of Galgano. And it'll be Citrus basketball as Galgano will come off the floor. So lots of hustle out there as Caden Arnold comes in. 7th straight game off the bench for Caden Arnold, as he'll be asked for some significant minutes here in the first half, with Galgano on the bench with 2 fouls. Chili's, who had 14 and 4 against Canyons last time in a home game against the Cougars, able to dish it. Offensive board for Turner, 3-pointer for Reed, no good. Cougars are outlet to Barrientos. He wants to run ahead, wanted to stop and take a shot, but had the ball poked out from behind as I think Reed got a hand on it. And back comes Citrus the other way with a little bit of pace. Johnston will slow it down. Davis on the catch, wants to drive. Stops up in the paint, had it stolen out of his hand by Barrientos. And the Cougars will go back the other way. Griffin drives, had it blocked. And then it's out off of Citrus, and it'll be Canyons basketball. Zion Caston into the game for the Cougars. Anthony Tello into the game for Citrus. Griffin will try and dump it off inside to Henderson. Wants to get it out to Arnold. Arnold guarded by Tello. Citrus very active on the defensive side. Lots of pressure in this man defense. There's a foul on the floor called away from the basketball on Chris Chili's. King Miller into the game for the Cougars. Hayden Dykstra into the game for Citrus. As the Cougars will inbound from the baseline underneath the Citrus basket. Can't connect on an inbound pass as Barrientos was trying to get it to Henderson. As we're even at 4 all here, just underway in the first half. Little jumper from the lane, no good from Reed, and back the other way comes Canyons. Barrientos bounce pass to Caston at the left block. Tries to get around Turner, and Turner just swats it away. Caston tried to get underneath him, and Turner just with the length is too much to handle on the defensive side. And then Chili's runs right to the basket and lays it in, and a timeout on the floor called by Canyons. And with 16:05, we'll take our first break. 6-4 in favor.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
6-4, Citrus in the lead as we're just about 4 minutes in. Brett Lauer in his 4th season as the Citrus head coach has his team as the 14th ranked team in the state of California. Been in the top 25 for a lot of the season. 18-6 this year, so 12 games above 500. There are only 2 conference losses at this point in time in the season. I believe have come to West LA. That is indeed so. Lost 70-67 and 68-66, so a couple of tight games right there. Just couldn't get away and come up with a victory. As they get a defensive stop once again. Here's Turner, spins into the lane, kicks it back out. Nogani thought about a 3, stopped it up, now gets it to Dykstra. Dykstra has it poked out by Henderson. Good steal by Henderson. He'll drive back the other way. Little Euro step into the lane, lays it in. And the Cougars tie the game up at 6-second bucket for Andrew Henderson. Tello to work the offense here for Citrus, trying to drive against Barrientos, wants to back him down, got to the block, spun it out to Dykstra. Dykstra against Henderson. Now we'll just get it back to Tello, who will reset the offense for Citrus with 10 to shoot. Tello had it poked out from behind. It'll stay with the Owls here. 5 to shoot when they get the ball and try and inbound. As Corwin Smith back in to take over for Zion Caston. And Chris Harper into the game for Citrus. As you can see, Citrus rotates through their bench. They like to go deep into the bench as Dykstra has that poked out by King Miller on the inbound play. It'll take a second off the clock, and it'll be Citrus to inbound again from under the basket. They try and get it into Dykstra. He wants to back down Corwin Smith, takes a little jumper over the top of Smith and knocks it down. Citrus in a full court press. They soften here a little bit. Cougars have to pass the ball up the floor, and they're able to get it across the timeline to Dylan Barrientos. Barrientos looking for room to operate. Little dribble drive, had it poked out of his hand, and they're actually going to call a foul. Foul's going to go against Anthony Tello, and it's going to put Barrientos at the line for 2 shots. Barrientos this year 67% from the charity stripe. He's got 5 straight games in double figures this year. Has 10-point games in 9 of his last 10. Does not have a bucket here today as he misses the first. Cougars this year 6th in the state in free throws made, averaging almost 17 a game. They're 6th in free throws attempted, almost 24 attempts per game, but they're 34th in makes as they make about 70% of their foul shots. As Barrientos hits 1 of 2, and it's a 1-point game here, 14-23. In this first half. Harper drives and lays it in. Got around the defense. Made an athletic move to the basket and got it to fall. Smith being forced to try and dribble it ahead. Had it poked away by Dykstra, who saves it but throws it right back to Smith. And a 10-second violation against the Cougars. Actually, I think it's going to be Cougar basketball here, as they say it was a reset due to the save, and the reset never happened, so they'll put 28 on the shot clock. The Cougars will have the basketball. So break for COC after the save from Dykstra gives them the ball back. Here's Barrientos on the offensive side. Caden Arnold with a jumper, no good. Tried to knock it down from 19 and rattled it in and out. Quickly, Citrus back the other way. 3-pointer from the corner doesn't find the bottom of the net. As Dogani's shot missed. Henderson back the other way. Gets it to Arnold near side 3. Air ball. Dug out by King Miller and dumps it off to Andrew Henderson for the bucket. Good work down low from King Miller that time. As the bucket is good. Tello knocks it down. Cougars wanted to travel, didn't get the call. Tello with his first bucket of the day. Back to a 3-point Citrus lead. Here's Henderson trying to isolate. Wanted to take a jumper from the foul line. Instead gets it to Corwin Smith, who lays it in, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line. McCray and Caston into the game as Corwin Smith headed to the line to try and even it at 12 all. Smith knocks it down. Corwin this year 76.5% from the line. Was actually the best foul shooter by percentage for the Cougars this year. Tello wanting to take Arnold off the dribble and does. Drives right to the basket and lays it in pretty much uncontested. Arnold trying to get back late, could not. So Citrus back with a 2-point lead. King Miller with the basketball, working for Canyons in their white uniforms, moving to our left here in the first half. Here's Zion Caston, dumps it inside. Corwin Smith gets it back to Caston. Caston under the basket, had it knocked out of his hands. Yuja Jujili will bring it back the other way. Harper driving. Citrus, you can see, they know they have the ability to drive and are using their athleticism against Canyons here early on to get right to the basket, and they have a 4-point lead. Here's Caden Arnold having to run the point with Barrientos on the bench. McCray trying to get it inside. They had the mismatch with Smith against Tello, but Tello uses his speed to go get to the pass as it was telegraphed, and now runs right through everybody on the Cougars' defensive side, lays it in. 6-point lead for Citrus. Howard Fisher not happy, calls a timeout. 11:52 to go here in the first half. 18-12 in favor of the Owls.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
18-12, Citrus in the lead. 11:52 to go here in the first half. So far, Anthony Tello with 6, Chris Chiles and Chris Harper each with 4 for Citrus. And the guards have really done a good job to get to the basket, challenge the Cougars defense. And you can see the Cougars have kind of not have an answer for the drive. Citrus has only taken 3 3-point attempts today, hasn't hit a single one. The Cougars 0 for 3 as well. Citrus 8 of 13 from the floor, with the Cougars at 5 of 12. Andrew Henderson leading the way for Canyons with 6, and Corwin Smith with 3. As it'll be Canyons basketball. Second unit on the floor for COC here is Miller ahead to Caston. Now to Arnold as the Cougars want to slow things down just a bit. King Miller will put up a 3 from the wing, and he knocks it down. First 3 of the ball game for either side. First bucket for King Miller. Miller, a 28% three-point shooter, gets a steal here, now wants to run the floor the other way. Has the ability, had a tough night the other night, did King. He couldn't knock down anything from 3, but maybe has figured something out as he knocks one down there, and has been a good option off the bench for Howard Fisher this year, averaging almost 8.5 a game. Is McCray saying he had his arm held as the pass came in, and it's a turnover on Canyons. Look at everybody but McCray off the floor. Smith, Barrientos, Griffin, and Henderson back in. Rodriguez working the point here for Citrus. Slashing in, driving to the basket. Couldn't get it over the top of Corwin Smith cleanly as he alters that shot. And back the other way comes Barrientos. Right into the paint, drives right to the basket, gets around Turner. Little delay move that time from Barrientos. Looked as though he might try and spin the ball outside, and it got Turner to slow down just a half a step, gave him enough room to get to the basket. So the Cougars trailing 18-17, right back in the ball game after trailing by 6, although plenty early, so not too much panic as Henderson pulls down the board off the missed 3 from Turner. Turner's been quiet so far, just 2 points. Barrientos will take a 3 from the wing on the near side, no good. Rebound tipped and pulled down by Citrus. Indigo Coleman will run it ahead. And an offensive foul going to be called against Indigo Coleman And there's where Dylan Griffin makes his mark on the basketball game. Griffin, not a guy that scores a lot, only average about 5 points a game, but he does a great job defensively for the Cougars, and that's why he's in there as a starter night in and night out for Howard Fisher. Has the ability to create defensive stops. And you see right there, draws the charge. He got run over by Coleman, but took it and got right back up, and the Cougars get the ball back. Here's Henderson. Now to Corwin Smith. Barrientos to McCray. McCray had 4 threes a couple of games ago. He's red hot as he's got 8 to shoot. Gets it to Griffin. Griffin has to force up a tough shot with a hand in his face. That's there to guard him was Cedric Reed. Here's Rodriguez. Three-pointer on the way, no good. As Johnston couldn't knock it down. And here's McCray. McCray gonna dribble in. He's fouled. And if McCray had tried to throw a shot up, he would have gone to the line, but instead he tried to pass the basketball. And so it'll just be inbounded from the baseline. Davis coming in to take over for Crowley. Cougars have a better design on the inbound play this time, as last time they turned it over from that same spot. So here's McCray. Citrus gonna force him to move the basketball. McCray not really a ball handler for the Cougars this year. Step back 3 from the corner for Henderson, no good. Inside position for Turner, pulls down the board, outlets to Rodriguez, runs the floor, little Euro step, reverse layup, no good. Rebound Dylan Griffin. Citrus falling back into a half-court defense here. Griffin will run it ahead. Stops his dribble, has to get it to Barrientos. He and Reed will stand out high. Barrientos will put it on the floor. Now he has Turner guarding him, goes to Griffin. Griffin right into the paint. Little layup, no good. Henderson tips the rebound to himself, throws it off the glass, gets it to fall with the left hand. Henderson now with 8. Give him 4 rebounds on the game. And a couple of assists as well. Henderson trying to guard Johnston this time. Blocked by Corwin Smith as Johnston tried to get to the basket. And then Henderson able to get it away from Johnston. We'll bring it up the floor. Henderson inside Corwin Smith, tripled, and he's fouled. As the foul's on Dylan Davis, I think, and just kind of got his hand inside of the cylinder of Corwin Smith, and there's not much he could do. The Cougars will get it to King Miller. Off the inbound play, throws it out high to Corwin Smith and now to Barrientos. Barrientos will work off the dribble, trying to work off the Smith screen. Cougars wanting a little screen and roll. Instead, Barrientos has to put up a contested shot and had it blocked by Dykstra. And then King Miller going to be called for a foul. Good block by Hayden Dykstra that time. Dykstra didn't play last time against Canyons. And he missed 8 of 9 from the 9th of December till the 22nd of January. Is a kickball going to be called, I believe, on Corwin Smith, even though it was really just a ball that bounced off his foot, but it stays with Citrus. Dylan Davis will inbound it as Tello will run the point. Davis, little shoulder shake, trying to get away from King Miller. Three-pointer from Dykstra, no good. Good work from Chili's to get the rebound. Now, Dogani got his man to fly by him, steps in, knocks down an 18-footer. And Citrus back with a 20-19 lead. There's Barrientos. Citrus switching here, so Barrientos gets a different matchup. Griffin, now Miller. Miller and Dykstra. Miller, step back, 3 on the way, no good. Henderson with the rebound, had it stripped out of his hands by Davis. And so it'll stay with Canyons here. Brett Lauer wasn't happy with something on the floor with the officials. Maybe the play on the inside. He thought Henderson might have pushed off. Caston on the catch. Little turnaround jumper with the left, no good, as Tello able to use his length to knock it away from Caston. Caston 6'2", Tello 6'1", but Tello very lanky in the arms and a very good leaping ability, as you see it right there on display. As he drives right in, and scores, and then King Miller turns it over as he throws it over the head of Andrew Henderson. So it's 22-19, Citrus in the lead. Caden Arnold back in to take over for Barrientos. Davis trying to drive, couldn't get that one to fall, had it altered by a couple of the Cougars defenders. Here's Henderson, guarded by Davis. Henderson gonna work in isolation here. Sends it to Arnold. Far side corner three, too strong. Dykstra way up high to pull down the board. And Chili's will run it back the other way. Falls down, he slipped, able to recover the basketball and got it to Tello. Now back inside to Chili's, he's fouled by a reach from Caden Arnold. 6 minutes to go here in the first half, 22-19, tight game here between Canyons and Citrus. Last game between these two teams. Citrus, a blowout win at home. 20-plus point win, won 101-76. As Chili's able to steal that one from Arnold, no foul called. Three-pointer on the way, no good. It was halfway down for Dogani, but it rattled back out. And the Cougars trying to throw it back the other way. And Griffin, I don't know if Griffin wasn't ready for it or it was just too far out of his reach. But another turnover on the Cougars here. Kickball on Arnold here. Already 6 turnovers on Canyons. Or excuse me, 9 turnovers on Canyons. It hasn't burned them quite yet. Citrus only 4 points off of turnovers so far here in the game. Cougars winning the rebound battle 18-13 right now, but trailing the game 22-19. So here's Chili's, stops. 15-footer, no good, in and out. Henderson again with another rebound. Everybody backs off. Henderson now with 7 rebounds in the ball game. He'll put up a three-pointer, no good. Too much on it. Hit the back of the iron and kicked out. Dogani able to pull down the long board. Tello back up the floor. He'll stop and put up a three-pointer over the top of Arnold. That was halfway in and found its way back out. So both sides unable to hit on threes. Now Arnold driving and an offensive foul on Caden Arnold for a push. Arnold going to come off the floor. It's his second foul in the ball game. Chili's will bring it up the floor here for Citrus. He and Tello kind of interchangeable on the point guard position right now. Tello wants to get it inside. Dykstra trying to work down Corwin Smith. Foul is going to be called on the floor on Corwin Smith. And it'll be 1-1 here for Hayden Dykstra. Citrus in the bonus. Dykstra 80% from the line makes the first. So he'll get the bonus foul shot here. Second one Kicked off the front of the rim and finds its way in. So Citrus now with a 5-point lead. They come out in a full court trap here. And a cylinder violation going to be called against Dykstra. As they say, he was inside of Griffin's space, so it's a blocking foul. And it's the 7th foul on Citrus, so Griffin will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1 as the Cougars are in the bonus here. Griffin just 58% from the line. It's the first good from Griffin. Second, no good. So it's a 4-point game. Tello to Leonard Turner. Turner wants to drive, kicks out, 3-pointer. Tello is good. First 3 of the ball game for Citrus. Tello now has 11, as he's the only player in double figures on either side. Citrus has their largest lead at 7 here, the afternoon. Barrientos trying to work. Stops from the foul line, a jumper, no good. Turner with inside position, pulls down an easy rebound. Tello back the other way, trying to extend the lead here. Turner will send it near side. Reed driving, fouled by Corwin Smith. That's going to send Reed to the line. Second foul on Corwin Smith. Smith going to go to the bench for probably the final 3:57 here as Caston back in the game. So the Cougars going small now, as Smith really the only big on the roster right now, as Aaron Reyes has not played in a while. Came back and played 1 game. Smith able to pull down, or excuse me, Caston able to pull down the rebound. Cougars will quickly get it ahead. Barrientos kicks corner 3 for Griffin, short. Henderson almost had the ball, but had Harper run under him and couldn't quite get it. 3-pointer on the other side from the corner, no good. Henderson pulls down the rebound. Had it stripped out of his hand by Ujadu Gili, but he stepped on the baseline and will stay with the Cougars here. Indigo Coleman back in the game. Citrus again, full court press. Cougars break it well this time. Barrientos fouled. Harper was so far up there. Barrientos tried anything he could to get it over and around him and just could not. But he'll get to the line and shoot 2. Shooting foul, so Barrientos to the line for 2. First is good. Back to a 7-point game. Second one in and out. Tello with an easy board. 28-21 Citrus, 3:25 to go here in the first half. Reed runs out of room on the sideline and steps out. Griffin off the floor, Quincy Arms in for the first time today for Canyons. Cougars can get it to a 5-point game with a bucket here. Our largest leads have been 8. Miller working against Harper here. Wanting to get it inside. Now we'll have to get it to Henderson with 10 to shoot. He's going to isolate here against Coleman. Wants to take Coleman off the dribble, drives to the basket, laid it off the glass, didn't get it to go. And it's going to be Citrus basketballs. The Cougars couldn't save it. the best look the Cougars were to get there on that play. Howard Fisher on the far sideline, on the Cougars sideline, working the official the whole way, saying he's got to have been fouled going down there, but it was a pretty clean look from Coleman that time, as he stayed right with it. As getting inside was Harper, and he lays it in. It's a 9-point lead now for Citrus, 30-21, 2:30 to go here in the first half from the Cougar cage. First of a doubleheader today, as we'll have women's basketball up next. Really important game for the ladies. The Cougars needing a win. Blocking foul going to be called against Leonard Turner here. Lady Cougars right now have lost 2 straight and are in danger of falling out of the playoffs, potentially. They need a win today, and they really need to win their last 3 to give themselves the best possible chance. As you look at the Western States Conference South standings on the women's side, Bakersfield 6-3, a half game or full game ahead of Canyons, who's 5-5. Henderson shooting 1-1, misses the first, and that's interesting, as Henderson usually very reliable from the line, although shoots about 74% during the year, so he has been known to have some struggles. As again, getting inside, Anthony Tello and the Cougars just have not had an answer for the inside game from Citrus right now, as they get into the paint once again. And an offensive foul going to be called against Barrientos there. Cougars thought they got a bucket. Instead, it's a foul on Barrientos. It'll be his first. It's an 11-point Citrus lead, 1:55 to go in the first half. So Rodriguez will bring it up the floor here. Cougars trying double Reed. They're late on the double, so Citrus able to break it. Turner thought about a 3, or excuse me, Harper thought about a 3. Instead, wants to go baseline, gets tied up by Zion Caston. Ball kicks loose to Dylan Barrientos, and Barrientos wants to run back the other way. Spin move into the lane, lays it off the glass, no good. Back the other way, Citrus. Here's Harper inside. Turner, good pass to Reed, but Reed couldn't do anything with it. Now Rodriguez dumps it inside. Leonard Turner, an easy bucket. They don't come much easier than that for the 6'5" sophomore out of Hayward. It's the lead now, 13. Citrus on a late run here. Cougars have been stuck on 21 for a while. Caston at the block, lost the ball. Foul, I believe. Is it a foul or is the ball out of play? Whose ball is it? It's the Cougars basketball, so the ball was out off of Citrus, they say. And there's a foul under the basket. That's a hold on Citrus. They grabbed a hold of Andrew Henderson, and Henderson will go to the line to shoot 1-1 here. And actually, the Cougars are in the plus here. That's the 10th team foul. So the Cougars shooting double bonus here, so Henderson will shoot 2. Henderson been stuck on 8 for a while, 4 of 8 from the floor. Makes his first of 2 foul shots. Knocks them both down, so Henderson with 10 and 8 so far today. Has a block and 2 steals as well as a couple of assists. So an 11-point game, 48 seconds to go here in the first half. Bounce pass inside, Harper wasn't ready. Rodriguez was trying to skip it to him. And it's Cougars basketball with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Henderson. Arms now, over to Barrientos. They work it around to Arnold. Arnold, little stutter step, kicks it back out. Arms, wing, 3, air ball. Henderson catches it though and puts it in. So Henderson now with 12. Shot clock is off, so Citrus will play for the last shot, as it's a 9-point game. Rodriguez doubled here. Canyon's able to get a steal. Barrientos trying to go back the other way. Driving, he's fouled and will go to the line. Barrientos to the line with 1.5, has 4 points so far today. Makes the first. Second, no good. Citrus pulls down the rebound. Heave-ho towards the end, doesn't make it. And it's an 8-point Owls lead, 34-26 as we go to the break. Second half action when we come back here on the Cougar. 20 minutes down, 20 more to go. Citrus with a 34-26 lead. Cougars 9 of 30 from the floor in the first half, shooting 30%. Citrus 15 of 34. Each team with a three-pointer made. Cougars 7 of 12 from the line. Citrus just 3 of 5. As Henderson has 12 and 9 to lead the Cougars. Tello has 13, 2 and 1 to lead the Owls. This will be Canyons basketball out of the timeout. So we go back to work here in the second half. Barrientos for COC. The Chili's right on top of him will go to work. Gets it to Griffin, back to Barrientos. So the Cougars with the change in the way they want to run the offense here. Barrientos on a little isolation, tries to lay it in and gets it to roll. That one hung up on the rim for a long time, had some extra spin on it, and was able to fall in. Here's Davis back the other way, kicks it back to Turner, 3, short. Rebound Davis inside, had it stripped out of his hand. Ball came to Corbin Smith, outlet to Barrientos. 1-on-2, trying to drive up the floor, off the glass again, no good. Griffin on the follow, couldn't get it to fall. And Citrus able to get it to Davis, who will speed it ahead. Wanted to bounce it inside, went off the foot of Corbin Smith. It's a kick ball. So it'll give Citrus a reset with the basketball. Howard Fisher getting told to get back in his coaching. That's the first time we've seen an official do that this year. Turner, good move by Turner that time. Just extra strength, back down his man and gets it to fall in. Barrientos. 2 long steps to the basket and makes it Barrientos with 4 points here. The Cougars down by 6. Barrientos now with 9. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Corwin Smith able to tip the rebound to Henderson. Henderson will speed it ahead. Throws it off the glass as he's fouled and will go to the line. The foul going to go against Johnston. Henderson now with a double-double. 6th double-double of the year for Henderson. And he's got 16 straight games with 10 points and 4 rebounds. 21st time he's been in double figures this year as he misses the first. Henderson so far in the season, 9th in the state in points, coming in with 434. He's 22nd in total rebounds, coming in with 187. Has added 10 today, so 197 now as he misses both foul shots and it's out off of Canyons. So an empty set as Henderson misses both. So we already told you 18th in the state in points per game, averaging almost 20. And he's 9th in the state in free throws attempted, as usually does a lot of his work from the line. 96 of 129 this year coming into today's game. He's 2 of 5 today. As Turner drives and left the layup short. Corwin Smith running the floor trying to outlet to Galgano, and it was so far ahead of Galgano. Galgano was looking back at him like, who was the pass to? And so it's a turnover after a stop, and Howard Fisher wasn't happy with that, and rightfully so. The Cougars should have had an easy bucket on a fast break with a 3-on-2 the other way. Turner nearly had it stolen by Henderson from behind. Almost thrown away by Citrus as Galgano got a hand on it, but able to keep possession as Tello couldn't do anything with it, as both sides a little sloppy here to start the second half. 17:56 to go, and it's a 6-point Citrus lead, 36-30. Barrientos going to be called for a reach. She looked for both sides. Tello has done most of the work for Citrus with 13 points. Turner, Harper each with 6. Chili's and Dykstra each with 4. For Canyons, it's been Henderson and Barrientos. Nobody else has more than 5 points for the Cougars. Three-pointer on the way from Johnston, no good, short. Smith couldn't pull down the rebound, and then Citrus couldn't save it. Yuja Dujili couldn't keep it in. So Canyons back to work. They have to pass it out of the press here. Griffin will be able to get it across the timeline as he's guarded by Leonard Turner. To Barrientos. Chili's probably got away with a couple of grabs there against Barrientos. Barrientos wanting to throw it back to Smith, and Galgano couldn't save it, didn't matter anyway, it'd have been over and back. There's Chris Chili's, had 14 and 3 against Canyons on the 19th of January. Three-pointer no good. Griffin not able to keep the rebound in. Chili's hasn't made a 3 today. He's 0 for 1. He's only attempted one free three-pointer, but he's made a 3 in all 24 games he's played this year, so he hasn't quite gotten there yet today. Dogani will come off the floor. Here's Turner. Face up against Smith, wanted to spin, lost the basketball. Cougars will take over. Turner's had a tough night today. Remember, this is a guy, 5 double-doubles on the year, had 20 and 6 with a block and a steal against Canyons in that win. Over his 2 seasons with Citrus, he averages almost 13 and 6 rebounds a game. And tonight just has 6 points, does have 7 boards. So he is doing the work on the glass, just has not been able to get free as Smith fouled as he knocks down the jumper from about 15. Turner going to be called for the foul, and Corwin Smith will go to the line to try and finish off a three-point play. Smith now with 5. For Smith today, his 7th start in the last 8 games. As he knocks down the foul shot, he's got 6. Has added 4 rebounds and has done a good job inside when he's been tasked with it to alter shots, although Citrus has had a lot of points in the paint. The Cougars have not had a great answer. That time Smith not able to get inside position against Turner, who gets a bucket. Here's Henderson. Offensive foul called against Henderson. That'll be his 2nd foul. Couldn't get the Euro step around Tello, who got his feet set, was outside the restricted area. And I think that's the one thing that Henderson gets himself into trouble with, is that willingness and want to drive. He's really good at getting to the basket, has shown it all year long, but gets himself into a bit of trouble when he does drive sometimes, especially on situations like that with a defender back, where maybe he'd be better backing things off and resetting. But don't knock him, he's been very good this year, as we said. 19 points a game, almost 9 rebounds a game. As he alters that shot on the inside, challenging the Citrus shooter. Tello, though, able to get the ball back as Griffin couldn't get the rebound. Three-pointer no good. Smith tips the rebound. That one goes out off of Galgano as he and Eujadu Gili were going after it. The freshman out of Hacienda Heights for Citrus able to win the battle as he bounced it off of Galgano. Here's Tello to work the offense. Tello does most of his work, averages almost 9 a game, does all of it pretty much from right there. As he's fouled, will go to the line. He's only made 11 three-pointers this year. He's just 11 of 67 from 3. Has 1 today, so make it 12 three-pointers. But he's 6 of 7 from the floor. His foul was on the floor against Griffin. So Citrus will bring it in. Tello driving baseline, reverse layup is there. And Tello has 15. And Citrus has a 7-point lead. Barrientos gonna be fouled, took a while. Eujadu Gili gonna be called for the foul. Barrientos had a huge game against Citrus last time out, 23, 2, and 3. He and Henderson both in double figures, as Henderson at 12 and 5. Is Griffin going to be called for a foul away from the basketball, underneath the basket, as he ran over Tello, maybe pushed him. Second foul on Dylan Griffin. Citrus to work. Turner driving. Right around Corwin Smith on the lay-in, as he was able to use the length to get it around the shot block attempt from Smith, who was with him the whole way, but Turner's just a lot to handle. And the lead back up to 9. Here's Henderson wanting to go baseline, lost the basketball. Turner picks it up, outlets to Tello. Tello, little Euro step, didn't get the layup to fall, though. And Griffin will throw it back the other way to Barrientos. Barrientos dumps to a cutting Galgano, and he lays it in. Galgano with 4, just his 2nd bucket of the day, and his first since early in the first half, as he spent most of the first half on the bench with 2 fouls, and he might have just picked up his 3rd right there. No, it's on Henderson, and that's his 3rd. That'll send Henderson to the bench with 14:20 to go. As we go Eujadu Gili at the line. 43% foul shooter, makes the first. Griffin and Henderson off. Miller and Arnold on. Turner going to get a spell as well as Indigo Coleman comes back in. Ujadujili back to the line once again. Second is no good, but the offensive board pulled down by Citrus. And then Citrus gets a good break as Ujadujili couldn't handle the pass, but it bounced off of a Cougar and went out. He'll come off the floor as Harper will come back in. Smith coming off to get a break. As Caston back into the game. Arnold tips the inbound play. Cougars trying to trap, could not. And now here's Tello. Tello, step back three over the top of Barrientos, no good. Caston pulls down the rebound. And the Cougars back the other way. Tello with a great game today. 15 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. But most of his work has been done from the inside. Only had 7, 2, and 5, or 7, 2, and 6, I should say, against Canyons last time. He was more active as a passer, but today has been the scorer. 5 seconds called against Canyons. As Barrientos couldn't get it in, as Citrus with the pressure D has created problems today on inbounds a number of times, and that's the first time they've drawn a 5-second violation. Tello had it poked out from behind by Barrientos after he got around him. Galgano wants to run back the other way quickly, stops it up. Was throwing it inside to Barrientos, but Barrientos had his back to him, so I think Galgano thought that Barrientos was going to be ready for it, and Dillon was still trying to get into position. And the Cougars got lucky. It bounced off of an owl and out of play. Barrientos gets it into Galgano. Corner three-pointer short. Galgano runs in from the corner to try and get the rebound, but it eventually tipped its way to Dykstra. Citrus back the other way. Arnold with a steal and a good pass to keep it in as he finds King Miller. Good comeback defense from Caden Arnold that time. Galgano to Arnold, near side block. Working on the inside, puts it off the glass and in. And it's a 6-point game, 43-37. Canyons trying to stay in it here. Citrus is led by double figures at one point, but Cougars have climbed back in. Harper pulls up to a three, and he knocks it straight away down. 9 points for Harper, who did not play against Canyons last time out, but has been a nice addition off the bench today as Galgano fouled on the floor against Indigo Coleman. Harper, another guy that Citrus has not had a lot of this year, missed 10 games from December 18th to February 2nd, so it's been in and out of the lineup. Figured I'd like to have him back as well as another option off the bench going into a playoff run. He's flashed some nice play today. Henderson trying to drive under the basket, counted in the foul. Henderson will get to the line. The foul was on Davis from behind, and so Henderson will try and finish off another bucket here. So we're talking about Harper, 4 for 4 from the floor today for 9 points. 1 for 1 from 3, so has not missed yet today. Tello off, or actually Davis off. Henderson again misses. 2 for 6 from the line today, and that is very outside of Andrew Henderson. Barrientos going to be called for a foul running back up the floor. That'll be the third against Barrientos. So now Henderson and Barrientos both with 3. Dylan Davis on the bench for Citrus with 4, and those are the only guys really in foul trouble at the moment. With 12:23 to go here in the second half. Step back 3, no good from Harper. Turner went down and he's uncomfortable, trying to flex his right knee a little bit here as he gets up and limps back up the floor. So the Cougars with a 5-on-4 advantage, and they use it as they get it inside to Zion Caston, who gets it in. Turner still very tender going up and down the floor, as it's his right knee, which he does have bandaged up a little bit. He has a patellar tape on it, or patellar strap on it, really. As King Miller gets a steal. Griffin back the other way, has a 2-on-1, tries for the Euro step, but he gets called for the offensive foul. That's going to be the 3rd on Dylan Griffin. Johnston back into the game. Citrus has done a great job underneath the basket, staying outside the restricted area when the Cougars are in a fast break and drawing fouls. Rodriguez to run the point now back in the game for Citrus. There's going to be a foul on King Miller here. And it'll put Citrus at the line for a 1-and-1. Both teams in the bonus here with 11:34 left. It's been a high foul second half. We didn't get to the bonus till late in the first half. We're not even halfway through, and both teams shooting 1-and-1 the rest of the way. Rodriguez. Who averages 62.5 from the line this year, bounces the first one home. Second one no good, and a foul going to be called against Harper underneath, and it's going to send Zion Caston to the line for a 1-on-1. So apparently we're in a free throw shooting contest right now. Caston back to the line, 73% on the season, shooting 1-and-1. Misses the first. The Cougars have not been good from the foul line today, shooting just under 50%, 8 of 17 now on the day. They trail by 6 right now as Tello scored in the foul, and it's the 4th foul on Andrew Henderson. Henderson will come off. Galgano comes back in. That's 4 fouls on Henderson. So he'll be on the bench until the final stretch here, most likely. As he's had 14 and 10 today. But you can tell Citrus has picked up that he is the go-to for Canyons. As Tello knocks it down, finishes off a 3-point play. It's a 9-point lead for Citrus here. 50-41, and King Miller turns it over as he threw it behind Griffin. Here's Rodriguez trying to spin away from Griffin, and Griffin's going to pick up a reach foul. That's going to be the 4th on Dylan Griffin. Send Rodriguez to the line. Barrientos is going to have to come back in with 3 fouls here. Rodriguez actually shooting 2 is Citrus in the plus. Second from Rodriguez, no good. Canyons will try and go back the other way. Caden Arnold with it here. Kicks it back to Galgano. He'll put up a three. No good. Rattled in and out. Remember, Cougars on a 5-game winning streak right now. Outside of West LA, the hottest team in the Western States South. And now Tello just creating even more problems for the Cougars. And they give the foul to Barrientos, and that's his fourth. Howard Fisher still angry at the fourth foul on Barrientos. So now you've got Barrientos and Henderson each with 4. Tello makes the first. Turner and Chili's gonna come back in. Leave Barrientos out there with 4 fouls. Foul shot no good. King Miller able to pull it down. Here's Arnold now. Foul against Yuja Dujili. Away from the basketball, sends King Miller to the line. Shooting 1 and 1. Miller 66% from the line, misses, and then Caston gonna be called for a foul. Howard Fisher gonna take a timeout.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Yuja Dujili back at the line as we come back into the Cougar cage. Citrus extending their lead to now 12. And Yuja Dujili can make it 13. Misses the second. Smith back into the game out of the timeout, pulls down the rebound. Barrientos still out there with 4 fouls. Arnold able to dribble it ahead, gets it to Smith, who knocks down the jumper. Corwin Smith starting to find some range here late in the season. He's now got 8, as we've seen him knock down a few jumpers. Citrus, good ball movement. Yuja Dujili couldn't pull down the 3. Arnold pulls down the rebound and then was fouled by Chili's. Actually, no, it wasn't a foul. It was just poked out. It's Canyons basketball. I think Arnold was asking for a foul, and that's what threw me off a bit. Cougars throw it ahead. Barrientos driving. He's fouled. It's a tug by Anthony Tello that will send Barrientos to the line for 2 shots. So Tello now has 3 fouls. Ujadujili with 4, Davis with 4, Barrientos with 4, Henderson with 4, and Griffin with 4. Barrientos makes the first. Anthony Tello has 3. That's it for foul trouble right now. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0. Barrientos short on that one. We got the roll. Makes 2. Lead back down to 8. Still halfway to go here in this second half. We're still very much in it. It's been a very slow second half compared to a quick first half. Dykstra into out. Extra pass. Tello, 3, good. And Citrus back with an 11-point lead. Galgano wanting to drive. Gets Turner up and puts it in. Dykstra, good pass. 3-pointer, knocked it down to Dogani. And Citrus starting to open it up with 3-point shots. That's their 4th 3. 3 of them coming here in the second. As the lead now 12. Barrientos driving, tried to get it into the corner to King Miller, but Chili's does a good job to come back and knock it out of play. Cougars will go back to work trailing by 12. Here's Miller trying to work against Turner. Out of Galgano. Galgano off the screen. He'll put up a 3. Yes, he did. Jimmy Galgano with his first 3 of the ball game. Back to a 9-point game. It's Galgano now with 9. And then an offensive foul called on Dykstra down low. Cougars trying to work it ahead. Barrientos inside. Corwin Smith couldn't handle. Tie up on the floor. Stay with Citrus here on the tie-up. Here's Dogani, will dump it off. Davis in the game with 4 fouls, gets it inside Turner, trying to back down Corwin Smith. Smith able to stay right with him and alters the shot. Galgano will run it back the other way, stops in the paint. Sends it to Barrientos. Extra pass to King Miller. He's fouled on the 3-point attempt and will go to the line. Turner not happy. He thought he was fouled down low underneath the Citrus basket. Underneath the offensive basket, we should say. And then gets called for a foul running back up the floor. And King Miller going to shoot 3 here. This could make it back to a 6-point game should Miller knock down all 3 of these. Miller knocks all 3 free throws down. So 59-53, it's a 6-point game, 7:45 to go. Citrus with the basketball. We've had double-digit leads a couple of times today, but the Cougars have fought back. Here's Dykstra inside, fouled. Galgano going to be called for it. And Dykstra will go to the line. Dykstra splits him. Turner gets the offensive rebound. Davis from the corner trying to drive. Now doubled. Got it inside. It's poked out by Arnold as Chili's had it. And it'll stay with Citrus. Inside pass. Turner fouled. Will go to the line. Be the third on Corwin Smith. Approaching 50 total fouls in the basketball game. Each team with 23. And most of those coming here in the second half. Turner makes the first. Turner quietly with 11 today. Make it 12 as he makes both. So he quietly finds himself in double figures for the fourth straight game and the 19th time this season. Barrientos driving, blocked by Dykstra. Turner 12 and 8, so he's approaching a double-double. Barrientos gets it into King Miller. Miller driving into the paint, gets it to Barrientos on the far wing, works off the screen of Miller. Now Barrientos trying to drive against Turner, and he draws the foul, will go to the line. That'll be the fourth against Leonard Turner. And Barrientos will go to the line for his fifth trip today. He's already had 8 foul shots. This will be 9 and 10 for him. First to rattle in. Smith gonna come off for a small break as Zion Caston back in. Turner gonna come off with 4 fouls as it'll bring Chris Harper back in. If Griffin should make, or excuse me, Barrientos should make this, it'll bring Dylan Griffin in to take over for Caden Arnold. So 2 players with 4 fouls on the floor for Canyons here. 7-point Citrus lead inside of 7 minutes to go. Here's Chili's. Works off the dribble to his right. Dumps it off to Davis. Inside Dykstra. Dykstra fouled on the floor, but he's going to shoot 2. Foul's going to be against Galgano. That's... Actually, they gave it to Zion Caston, sorry. It's just his second. So Dykstra back to the line, 80% from the line this year, and is 4 of 5 from the line, now has 6 points. Davis comes off, Yuja Dujili comes back on. Dykstra makes both. Dykstra checks out. Coleman checks in. Citrus once again with a 9-point lead. Miller working against Harper, got it inside Caston. Got his man in the air and gets it to fall as he scoops it up underneath. Got Coleman up high. We've seen Caston do that a few times this year. Little pump fake, gets the defender to bite, and then uses some length to get there, and then a three-pointer on the other side from Chris Harper, who remains hot. 5 of 6 from the floor. He's in double figures for the 6th time this year. As Citrus has an even 10-point lead. Barrientos' little lane is there. He's now quietly got 15. So we're at 5:45 to go. Davis. Coleman, Euro step around the defense, score it, and the foul as he got around Caston, got inside of Galgano, and put it in. It's going to be the 3rd on Caston, who's going to come off, and Corwin Smith going to come back in. Henderson going to come in as well to take over for King Miller. Coleman makes it. 11-point lead once again. Every time the Cougars get it close, Citrus stretches it back out. Foul away from the ball, under the basket, will send Corwin Smith to the line. The foul is against Indigo Coleman. Smith makes the first. Second is good as well, so it's back to a 9-point game. Corwin Smith into double figures with 10 now. It's perfect from the line. It's 4 for 4 from the stripe today. Cougars need stops. So we're at 5 minutes to go. They don't get one there as Jaden Johnson, who's been relatively quiet today, knocks that one down. For Johnson, that's just his first bucket of the day. He's 1 for 5 from the floor. He breaks through here. Henderson back in the game with 4 fouls. From the elbow, good. Nice shot in rhythm from Henderson. Got himself loose with a little shoulder shake and a side step to the right. Knocked it down with the right hand. Here's Johnson. He'll put up a 3 over the top of Griffin. No good. Henderson pulls down another rebound. That's his 11th of the game. He'll bring it back the other way. Here's Barrientos in a 9-point game. Still working, trying to find some room against Harper. Now works off the screen of Smith. Got it to Galgano. He'll put up a 3. No good. Rebound tipped and found its way to Harper. Ujadujili and Henderson both there. Tello drove to the basket, had a wide open layup attempt, but didn't get it there. Now Henderson running the floor back the other way, dumps to Galgano. And it's going to be a blocking foul on Ujadujili. That'll send Henderson to the line. And they actually called it on Tello. That's the 4th on Tello. I thought it was going to be a blocking foul. Instead, it was on Tello coming back into the play on a reach. Henderson shooting 2. He has had a struggle from the line today. Just 2 of 7 from the line. And it's very uncharacteristic of him. Is usually he gets to the line a lot and makes 8 to 10 foul shots a game, but just has not been able to get anything to rattle in. That time he flushes it home. And it's back to an 8-point game. 72-64, 3:49 to go. Citrus in front. Harper got loose, got his own rebound and put it in as both Galgano and Henderson defending him. Can't do much as Galgano with 3 fouls, Henderson with 4. that was just really a lapse in defense from the Cougars that time, as Harper just ran right through a little seam in the defense to get to the basket. Here's Griffin now. Griffin wants to move it. Gets it inside to Corwin Smith with 6. Bounce pass back to Griffin for a lay-in. Good cut from Griffin that time after the feed inside to Corwin Smith. The Cougars keep it at an 8-point game. 2 3-point attempts from Johnston, and the second one rattles its way in. So it's back to an 11-point lead. And like we said, every time Canyons gets it tight, Citrus extends it back out. That's just been kind of the game here in the second half. Cougars have never really been able to get themselves very tight back into it, and a late foul going to be called against Lance Rodriguez. That'll send Jimmy Galgano to the line. So Galgano to shoot 2, 70% from the foul line this season. Rattles the first one in and out. Again, the foul shooting for the Cougars today has been subpar. 60% from the line. They've gotten there 30 times. They've only made 18, which is on their average. That's actually above their average of 16 and a half, but you kind of figure you're getting to the line that much today, and they're well over their average in terms of foul shots, and you've only made 19. That's the difference in the ball game right now. It's a 10-point lead. And a one-handed finish off a baseline drive from Chris Harper gets the Citrus bench fired up, and then a technical foul going to be called on Jaden Johnson, I believe, here. Corwin Smith going to get to shoot 2 foul shots here, as he's been the best foul shooter for the Cougars today. Smith makes the first. Second is good. Cougars will keep the basketball. Back to a 10-point game. 2:20 to go. Stops and buckets. That's what the Cougars need to find here. Trying to extend a winning streak to 6 games. But a 10-point deficit inside of 2.5. Here's Henderson. Drives. Jumper. Good from 18. It's an 8-point game. 2 minutes left. Citrus going to take their time up the floor. Chili's will walk it ahead. Cougars want to double him. They need to foul, I think. Ujadujili driving, dumps it off. Turner under the basket, puts it in. Back to a 10-point game. Got to push here if you're Canyons. You need 3s as you trail by 10. 1:40 to go. Or just quick buckets nonetheless. Barrientos, that was never going to have a chance. Trying to draw a foul or spin it in, didn't go. And Citrus can just waste some shot clock here. As Chili's on Rodriguez play catch. Is Galgano going to foul Rodriguez? With 80 seconds left. And a 10-point Citrus lead. Rodriguez can make it 12. Likely put the game on ice, as the Cougars would need 4 possessions at a minimum. Instead, it'll be 11. They'll need at least 3 possessions. No, they'll need 4. I'm sorry, it's a 10-point game. My math is bad. They'll need 4 possessions, and with 1:20 left, it's going to be a tough ask. As Rodriguez misses both. There's a foul on Ujadujili. 1 second into the play. It'll send Galgano to the line for 2. Galgano nearly airballed that, missed it short. It hit the rim on the way down on the front side, so misses the first, and that's when you look back at the stats. Yeah, you made 21 foul shots. You shot 47% from the floor, but you only shot 60% from the line. Got to the line 34 times today, make it 35. Galgano knocks it down. It's a 9-point game, so a 3-possession game. Galgano can't foul. Arnold can. 3 seconds tick off as Chili's will go to the line. And now you're hoping for misses if you're Canyons. Chili 76% from the line this year. And is 1 for 1 today. Back to a 3-possession game now as it's an 11-point lead. Barrientos driving, throws up a wild contested shot that doesn't go. Citrus runs it up the floor, and we're at 60 seconds left. And King Miller able to foul Tello, who will go to the line. It's a full 3-possession game, and with 2 foul shots, Tello, or it's a full 4-possession game, sorry. And with 2 shots, Tello can make it a 5-possession game, which pretty much puts it on ice if it wasn't already. Makes the first. Second is good, 13-point lead. Turner gonna come off. Coleman gonna come back in. Cougars have the entire baseline to work on the inbound play. Barrientos needing to go quick here. Miller, 3 on the way, no good, too strong. Dykstra with the rebound. Cougars should foul, and said they don't. It'll be an easy 2-handed finish for Coleman. Citrus going to improve to 10-2 on the conference season. The Cougars will fall to 6-6 and snap their 5-game losing streak. Barrientos' step back 3 late, air ball. Miller can't hold it in, 30.6. Citrus with the basketball. And Citrus can just throw up a last-second shot as the Cougars will not foul. Just fire one up with 1 second left as there's a 0.6 of a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As Chili's will walk it ahead. Needs to put up 1 final shot here. Galgano stays tight to him. Coleman, as they just play catch. And that'll do it for the ball game. Citrus takes an 87-72 victory over Canyons as they improve to 10-2 on the year, 19-6 overall, and solidly find themselves in second place and have pretty much clinched second place with 2 games left. For Canyons, 6-6, still some work to do to try and get to the playoffs. As we'll end this one, and remember, we got women's basketball coming up next. 7 o'clock start time, or 5 o'clock start time scheduled for that one, but I think it'll be a little bit later than that. The ladies coming up. Lady Cougars wearing their pink uniforms, sporting the breast cancer awareness jerseys today. They will take on Citrus here in just a few. Check back and switch over